Hi, my name is Miss Cabanis, but most of my students call me Cab. Welcome to Champe High School. If you're a returning student, welcome back. If you're a new student, we're so excited to welcome you as a part of our community. I've been teaching at Champe High School for 8 years now, and I've loved every single second of it, and I'm sure you will too. So, a few things about me. I graduated from James Madison University. I have a bachelor's degree in English with a theater endorsement and a minor in secondary education. I then went on to get my master's degree in education with a focus in theater and English education on the high school and middle school level. I've been doing this, as I said, for over 8 years, but 8 years at Champ as the theater director. And I teach a bunch of different classes at Champ. I teach all levels of theater, including level 1, 2, 3, and 4. I teach level 1, 2 of technical theater, and I also teach musical theater level 1 and 2. So I teach a lot of different classes. If you're in my level 1, 2 theater course, this year we're going to be focusing on an overview of theater history, backgrounds, and best techniques for acting. We're going to be looking at the philosophies of acting. We're going to be looking at history and the way that history has changed the way that things have happened on stage. We're going to look at musical theater. We're going to look at some tech elements. There's a whole lot in store in those classes. Level 3 and 4, we're going to focus on playwriting and filmmaking and more advanced acting techniques at a higher level. Musical theater, that class is all about bringing it together in both singing, dancing, and acting. Everything comes together in that course. And we're also hoping to potentially do a show in that course. We'll see how this year goes. Technical theater is everything backstage: lighting, sound, prop, costume design, set design, everything that you can think of that happens backstage, this class covers it. And I love teaching that course. It's very hands-on. It's very interesting. It's just different than any other course. And if you like not being on the stage in front of everybody, but you love production design, that class is definitely for you. So I'm really excited about this year, and I hope that you are too. Okay, so here's how you can get involved in the theater company at Champe High School. Our after-school theater program is known as the Avalon Theater Company, which was the name it was given 8 years ago when I joined the school, which was the second year that Champ was open. There's lots of ways to get involved. Number one, you can take a class. Really easy way to get involved. You are not required to participate in the productions if you are in the class, nor are you required to be in the class to be a part of the productions. However, we do recommend taking the classes at Champ because they give you a really great foundational study, which helps improve your performance in the after-school productions. But they're different from each other. However, they're a great way to stay involved and connected is by taking a class. Anyway, Avalon Theater Company is a very busy company. This year is going to be a little bit different. We are still facing a global pandemic as I'm making this video, and that's going to affect the way that we function this fall and potentially into the spring. We're really not sure. But as I always tell my students, we rise above any challenges that we face. We are creative, we persevere, and we move through challenges, and we try to have a very growth mindset when it comes to dealing with new things. What does that mean? It means that we are going to do the best with the circumstances that we're given, and we are going to still have a really awesome year. So first, I am going to talk about what our company normally looks like without COVID-19. So typically, our company does 3 main stages a year. These are our fall show, which is always what we call a straight play, which means that it is a non-musical performance. There's typically no singing or dancing or anything else like that. It's just a regular play, okay? In the winter, which is in our January performance, typically in January, is our Friday Night Live, which was a tradition we started 8 years ago, where our seniors write and direct their own shows. Super cool opportunity. It's a privilege to write and direct your own show. There's lots of loopholes and applications that our students go through to write and direct their own shows. And the underclassmen are allowed to audition, and it's a really great training ground for all of our students to come together on an amazing collaborative project. That's typically in January. And then we normally have a very large spring musical at the end of April, beginning of May, depends every single year, that students audition for at the end of January, beginning of February. Those are our 3 big main stages. Then We also have a few odd shows that we do during classes. Last year we did a freshman show because our students were still at Willard. We always do an advanced theater show, which was our VHSL competition show, which is our Virginia High School League competition show where we compete against other schools in our division, kind of like a sport, but theater. So that happens every single year. Sometimes we do a showcase performance. It really depends on the year. This year, we're looking to do a showcase performance with some of our students in the February of that year, but more information coming on that as we deal with the current circumstances. We also have our Excalibur competition team on top of the rest of our company. Now, we became known as Excalibur actually only last year. We have done these other competition performances beforehand, but we decided to formalize it, give it a name, and make it a little bit more put together. So we're known as Excalibur at our competition team. You can audition to be part of this elite team in the fall of any year that you're at Champ. And it's a really amazing opportunity. We have taken this team to multiple competitions throughout the year. Last year, our students went to the Virginia Theater Association competition and conference in October. We also traveled to the Virginia Thespian Festival in January of 2020. They did a total of 5 performances as a company, and they stayed in hotels for almost 2 weeks entirely, performing their show at venues outside of Champ. It's a really amazing opportunity, really awesome way to get some close bonds with other castmates and to work on some more difficult shows. The shows that our competition teams normally do are a little bit more complex, they're a little bit more intense, and the expectations are incredibly high on our students. Our students did very well this past year. Our Excalibur team is currently ranked second in the state at the Virginia Thespian Festival, and we also won first place in Best Storytelling. It was a really amazing opportunity that our students had last year, and I hope you'll consider being a part of our travel team known as Excalibur. So let's talk a little bit about this school year. So as of right now, we're going through a pretty intense crisis, which means that at this point in time, I don't have a lot of details. But I want to reassure you that as a theater director and a teacher, I have my students' best interests at heart, and I am working very hard to figure out what this school year looks like and to help give my students the experiences that they deserve. As of right now, we have a lot of ideas and goals and potential projects that we can be working on, but we are currently waiting on guidance from our state and county representatives. And the best way to keep up to date about our guidance for the 2020 to 2021 school year as it pertains to the theater department is to follow us at champdrama.com, where I'll be posting any and all updates. You can also join our Remind group there, which is easy. It's just texting at Avalon Thea to 81010, which will get you access to all of our announcements and updates so that when I do have announcements about any upcoming shows or ideas or projects that the company is working on, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. But for everybody, all updates will be posted to champdrama.com. And I encourage you to check that website often. We're hoping to have some updates at the end of July, very beginning of August at latest. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm so excited to meet you next year. Feel free to send me an email at Nicole, Nichole, .cabanis, CABANISS @lcps.org, or find me on Remind and send me a message. Have a fantastic rest of your summer, and welcome to John Champ.